All right, guys. Hole one, shot one. I'm aiming for right there. Gives me a nice little pop over. And hit replay. One more time, replay on this side. Make sure you guys can see that good. Right where I was aiming. So I was aiming right here. And that gave me a nice little pop over. For a quick and easy 2. All right, hole 1, shot 2. This one, personally, I don't like this one. I don't use it much. It's got to go up a little bit higher. Trying to hit replay. Brings you up, and a lot of times people will bring it way up, like to here and roll down. It can go away from you. It can also come right back at you. So that's why I'm not a fan of doing that one. I don't like having to get out of that. Let's go ahead and hit not hit replay. Let's go ahead and hit that shot one more time. So that one I'm going to go up higher, and it is, and I did this, I want to show you, okay, so now this is where you got some decisions to make. Let's see, that jump over is going to be a little difficult. We're not at a good angle to go back that way. Maybe pop it over on this side, but most likely if you do this, you're going to end up setting it over. And the reason being is, wow, I still don't have a line, right? But the reason being is you're already looking at most likely a bogey anyways. And if you jump and miss, you're looking at more than a bogey. If you if you're going to do that shot, I would come in. Ah, shoot. I didn't quite hit that enough. Saw it would aim at it. But I would recommend coming in and really practicing that shot and learning how to get out of anywhere it lands if that's the shot you decide to go with. Now and then, if you hit the one I did a little soft, it could come back, but it's usually quite safe. All right, hole 1, shot 3. With a little bit of pace, you can kind of get it around. I almost had it. I did a couple times get it. I should have just recorded those. All right, so this one came in, I think, a little bit too high. But if you can get it to wrap around, if you're really not comfortable with those jumps and you really just want to get at least a par here and walk away, there's nothing wrong with coming around. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and try to wrap it in like before. Maybe hit it a little bit harder, and I didn't hit the wrap at all. Let's go ahead and bring that ball back. Beauty of being in practice mode. So I'm going to go ahead and hit replay so you can see what I just did. If you do set over here, you can get a 2 doing this. And it would be a safe 3 if you didn't get the bank in. Alright. That's hole 1 a wrap. Alright, guys. Hole 2 is a par 3, and we're going to start with my normal shot here. So I prefer this one here. So what the goal is I'm coming off of there and I'm aiming to land my ball in this area right here. So we're going to bring that up over here, and I'm bringing it out pretty far, and I want it to hit into this and rattle around. A clean shot through, the clean shot isn't what you want here, because it can go out if you do that. But as long as you're good with a longer putt, this is definitely absolute, extremely makeable too. You may take a 3, depending on if you can putt that distance or not. All right. So there is a shot coming off of the tee that if you're struggling with the two drops, there is this. And if you hit it with a bit of pace, you can get that lucky roll to go down and still get down in one. So we're going to look at that one more time. Take a look at it from over here. So it hits that. It's one on the way down. And that one did get that lucky kick. When I say lucky, because I'm sure that... actually, let's do it again. So we're going to sit here. We're going to do this again. I'm going to go for that same... And that one's too hard yet. So... It's lucky when you get down in one. There it is. Come on, come on, come on, come on. But this, if you're not comfortable with those drops, then I would practice this here as well. Because you're just trying to save your score. And you got to walk before you run in this game, guys. So, newer player, if you're struggling with those two drops, absolutely, there's nothing wrong with going after this one. Because you could end up with that two. You can end up with the two or the safer layup. But this is a part 3. So if you do that and you lay up, you are looking at a bogey if you don't make the putt. And that would be the drawback here to doing that. I'm going to go ahead and put that right in there. Now in this layup, you need to stay pretty close here. Not quite that close. I get a nice setup on that one, but that was a little closer than I wanted to. There we go. So, this is the setup that I use normally. And you will see when you watch my game through walkthrough, I accidentally watered my ball doing their shot. It happens. But this gives us a good try at the 2. And if you don't, it's pretty much a guaranteed 3, as long as you're getting through here okay. This is what I'd call a guaranteed 3 shot. Once you're comfortable getting past the water. Alright guys, there's another shot here on 3. I hit the crap out of that. Yeah, I'm going to end up over there. Let's see that one more time. And then I'll pull it back. Because I did not like that shot. Now, I hit it too hard. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there we go. Now this one, it can be risky. Too light, you're in the water. Too hard, you're in the other water. But some people do really like this as a setup shot. So, just want to make sure you can see this. And I think you can come in a little bit lower down too. There's another shot lower. Yeah, there is definitely a shot lower, but like I said, I don't have the pace down on this side. This is not the layup shot that I would go for. But I do like to teach the different shots. So you can go over there. There's a couple different places that work. But come in and see what works for you. We're going to go ahead and show a couple more shots here. Now, when I'm playing a little riskier, I aim for here. It does help to hit the ball. Let's do another replay. You want the beginning of that. So you're kind of cutting it off of that water, guys. Because you do want to come right into this corner. Alright. There's that. That's 3 different ways to do this. It's a par 3, right? Yeah, it's a par 3, so you don't want to mess around with it too much. But come in and see what works for you. You could do a layup over here, but if you're doing this layup and you miss, you're definitely looking at a 4. But it doesn't hurt to come in and just see what works for you. All right, guys. So most of these do jump. Now, the one that I like to go for is right here. I've never actually got around on this one. I wouldn't even begin to know. So the first jump is right there. Or I say the first shot that I'm showing is right there, because this is a shot that I do regularly. If you accidentally catch that piece, which I just did, if you catch that, you can end up going flying around. But a little more pace, you can bring it right back at the hole. Go ahead and hit this again. Sometimes it just sits right there, but I find this to be a safe 2. So we're going to go ahead and show the others. All right, guys. So most of these do jump. Now, the one that I like to go for is right here. I've never actually got around on this one. I wouldn't even begin to know. So the first jump is right there. Or I say the first shot that I'm showing is right there, because this is a shot that I do regularly. If you accidentally catch that piece, which I just did, if you catch that, you can end up going flying around. But a little more pace, you can bring it right back at the hole. Go ahead and hit this again. Sometimes it just sits right there, but I find this to be a safe 2. So we're going to go ahead and show the others. All right. Excuse me. I think I hit that. Yeah, I think I hit that right. I only know some of the shots here, right? Because I know a lot of these jump, but they're not ones that I use a lot. So this one can give you that pop-up. Most any of these rocks actually work. But we'll do that one more time. They all have their own speeds they have to be hit at. It's not a shot that I normally do, but over here. All right. All right. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to make the same shot that you'll see on the course walkthrough. So this is more of my normal shot here. Sorry, I ran into something. Wow, I hit that way too hard. Hitting a little more to the side than I want, but I got a clear line. Let's go ahead and sink this. So I was actually, before I go ahead and sink this, let's watch this line go in. So I wanted to be closer to this middle, but this is gonna do. If you're tight like that and you're not comfortable shooting really close to things, you could lay up again and then go, but I'm comfortable with that shot, so I go for it. All right. Now you could, instead of that first one, instead of just hitting it down and rolling it back, you could try to pace it, right? So you could try to pace this one for there. I mean, I got a line. I could definitely drop that for 2. Now that I say that, I'm not going to drop it. I'm going to go out. Oh, shoot. There we go. So another option on this is to go around. Might have been Tucson. No, I got it. So we are over here now, and this is a really long shot back. So you're really looking at most likely a par if you go this way, but I want to show what can happen on this route too. If you go through the wrong pace, I'm not going to get the roll now that I'm trying to show it. You can roll out over here going the wrong pace, but just apparently we're not going to show that. But it can happen. So come in if that's the shot that you want to use. If you want to use this longer shot for a longer putt, There's nothing wrong with it. I used to do it all the time before I got more comfortable shooting back towards the side, as I almost shoot my ball out of here. There we go. That one's going to roll and go out too. This is amusing to me. Sorry. Oh, man. So, it can be, it's definitely a 3, maybe even a 4 if something unfortunate happens and you roll the cup. It's not a normal shot that I use anymore, but I use this shot all the time when I first started. As I've been asked to include kind of more of the advanced shots in these videos as well. And so I'm going to go ahead and I am going to show you the more maybe advanced. This is the risky shot. Man, when it lands, it's pretty. So I'm going to be aiming over in this area. I haven't been playing this course that much. And this is not a shot that I take unless I'm in doubles or skins. So it might take me a second to get it. There we go. I guess it only took one shot to get it. Wish it was like that in a game. Although I still am playing under pressure. Just as much as a game when I'm doing these. Alright, so yep. I mean, made it look super easy. Let me tell you, it is not. Always easy to hit that exact line at the right pace. I'm going to go ahead and... Now I'm not going to try to miss this. I'm trying to hit this again. But I want to show that it doesn't always land. But I am 100% trying each time, so... yeah, I pulled the shot. And these are different ways that this one can be risky. If you don't hit that right spot, which I did twice in a row, so... And right spot with not the right speed, it's gone to. I think that it's absolutely important that you see these different, how this can go. So a lot of videos are like, oh look, hole one shot here, I hit it, it jumps in. I'm not all for those hole one shot videos. I support everybody in the way they like to do things. And I do watch some of the hole in one videos. I love knowing the hole in ones. But you need to know that they do not always land, and that's why I leave my mistakes in my videos. We do a little editing, but we do leave the mistakes in. Alright, guys. Alright. This nice triangle down here. Now, when you watch the recording that Silly Girl did for me, one Silly Girl, shout out to you. She does, she chases me with her camera, and we do the game through walkthrough, so you can see my shots at action from behind and kind of seeing them all versus my point of view shots, which is what I do in these hole by holes. So we're going for this triangle, but I don't really look at that triangle. What I look at, and I did explain this in the video, and sometimes it takes me a minute to find them. So there is a dot at the very end of my putter right there and one right there. And I want this left one. Open this back up. Pace 100% matters. Oh wow, I pulled it. Yeah, she going. Wow. Talk about, you know how I said sometimes I shoot out a lot of pressure on these videos because I do leave a lot of my mistakes in. This is one of them. Wow. That one went down. I didn't like the way that line went though. I mean, it kind of went right, but I didn't like, let's explain what I mean by not liking the line. I didn't hit up on it. It was kind of light, so it didn't actually hit on that triangle. There we go. That's what I like the shot to look like. So I did make a couple mistakes in the beginning, and I'll be the first to tell you, yes, I'm rated as a... Well, it depends. Pro Elite, most of the servers I play in the Elite divisions. And I like the divisions. We use them on my server because it makes it more fair for everybody. We want you to come in as new players, and we want you to be as competitive if you would want to be competitive in your own ability divisions. And trust me, I worked my way up. We're gonna go ahead and shoot this one again. So there's the dot. Yeah, I didn't like that pace, and there it is off. So we're gonna go. Oh my word. Worst part is if you play this course with me, you know that I just pulled that one. That I actually get the shot a lot. There we go. The first try, like the fourth or fifth, but alright. So that's down there. I'm gonna go ahead and pull it back, and we are gonna show you some more shots. Right, guys. So we're gonna go ahead, and on this next shot, what we're gonna do is layup. So I'm gonna use that same line that I was using, but the pace is a lot less. So I went ahead and went for that layup. Now you can bring it down the right side too. But we're just doing a light layup. We're going to go ahead and lay this up down there. And it gives you a nice safe 3. Don't go anywhere, Rick. It gives you a nice safe 3. Okay, guys. Hole 7. Now this one here, my aim is going to be, I'm aiming to come pretty close to this wall. And I'm aiming for that pocket down there. Oh, that might be too light. Let's see. Oh, I stayed. Now, when you're making this shot, you do want to be careful, because if you hit it too light, it can go out. And when you come down light, what happens is it, instead of getting this rattle that knocks it in, it comes down, it hits here, and it will take off. We're going to go ahead and make this shot a couple of times, because you can kind of see the difference. Yep. So I got a good amount of power on that. There might be another jump to do here. Oh, honestly, I don't think I've ever seen anybody go any other way. I've never seen anybody go around. I'm not even sure if I know how to could go around. That one was light. Let's see what happens. Alright. So when you hit too light, it does take off over into Crystal Cave over there. Because it doesn't get that rattle up here that it really needs to stay. You really want to have it with some pace so it knocks it around. I'll do one more, see if we can get a good shot down that stays. There we go, knocked it around. Gonna go ahead and hit replay one more time. And then we're gonna move on. I recommend the jump. Actually, I'll try a different one, but I'll recommend the jump. Let's see if you can walk this down. Alright guys, so if you're not comfortable with that other jump, you can try going and jumping in this direction. I can't tell you if it's super reliable or not. I don't like leaving only one shot per hole, so I went and tried to see if I could find something. And I remember seeing maybe once somebody going this way, but I'm going to go ahead and reset. Yeah, that is definitely a doable shot, but did that one take off? And it did. Yeah. So it's going to be probably the same reliable as the other one. It just might be different for you. I wouldn't want to get stuck up there. I recommend learning the other jump. But if you're looking for another option, there's always doing this. Alright guys, I appreciate you watching. Alright, we're at hole 8 and this is a par 3. And this is the ideal line really to go for. So you want to bring it over towards the left, and you want to hit into here. You do need to watch speed. If you hit into the other areas, you're coming right back at yourself, and you're going to be down in that other area. So you're going to go ahead. Oh, shoot. I did not mean to catch that rock on the way by. Give you that line again. That was another one in. You can hole it going over there. I'm going to go ahead and try to hit. Let's hit too hard. Well, apparently you can hit there too. I'm actually trying to mess this up and bring this ball back this way, and it's not working. If you land over in here, personally, I would not do this on purpose. As a layup, you absolutely probably could, but I wouldn't. Now, what you want to be careful with is you don't want to come out and hit rocks that are aiming back this way. You got to be careful with these shots. So I'd recommend just bringing it out and get over there and get your par and walk away. All right, guys, we are still on hole 8. And I purposely put my ball over here. So we're stuck over here. What do you do when you're stuck back here? You want to hit into this one first. Oh, and you want to hit the ball. You don't want to do that. Here we go. The key to this one, when you're tucked back in, is to hit this first. Because if you hit any of this facing you, it's coming right back at you. If you're in a spot where you can get away with just kind of going up and around, the problem is I don't like where we're at, but it can drop up and around as well. But the tighter you get to those rocks over there, the harder it is to do that. So that's when this comes in extremely important to hit here. If you can't get enough of the line to go around. All right, good luck. All right, guys, here we are. So we are on hole 9, and this is a par 3. And this is going to be just one video here. I'll show you how to get out of a problem area, but there's pretty much just one shot that we do here. Now, this shot sometimes can go bad. Oh, that almost went in. Sometimes it holes. You're hitting right into this area here, and you're just giving it enough to get. You want to just clear these here. You don't need to hit it super hard. You'll get caught up there if you do. You can end up jumping around if you hit the wrong areas. Let's go ahead and hit this one again. We're going to put a little more pace on it. So if you hit too much pace, and that's why I put more pace on it, you'll bounce around like that, and you can get caught really quickly, so you don't want to do that. Just a nice medium hit up and over. Now, if you get caught, if you're over here, you can just bring it up over. We're going to show you that again. This is the rescue. I brought it right up along that rock there with some pace. All right, guys. Hole 10. This is a mean par 3. But we're going to go ahead. I aim towards the right on here. The water goes down. Now that one hit a little faster than I usually do, but it did stay safe because of the line. I don't really have a super aiming point, like I don't have an actual dot or something here. Too hard. Earlier today was the first time I don't normally miss this that much anymore. I do a full swing on this, but I try to control, see if I can explain this. And I did mention a little bit in my in my game mode walkthrough with Silly Girl behind me. I do a full swing, but I go slow with that swing so that I'm still getting that full power, but it's not going through, getting the pace to get there, but it's not going super fast and nailing the rock and coming back. See if I can show you that again. And that line was a bit left. There's 2 lines that I know that work here. And I try to for me, the pace is more important than the line. That one got over too. So both lines, you can go a bit more left and aim at this, or you can use that right side line, which I prefer the right line versus the other one. But just don't swing fast. A nice smooth swing, guys. Don't swing this one fast. You're going to nail the rock and come back. Just a nice smooth swing through, full swing, but nice and smooth. And you'll get over there. Good luck. All right, guys. We're at hole 11, and this is a par 3. I don't have a certain line that I hit here. I like safe 2s, so I usually hit for a safe 2. That one's going to be somewhat safe. Let's go off of the other side. I do prefer the other side. Well, and if you hit soft and you're not concentrating on your hit, things like that happens. But there we go. Oh, it's a lot better. I'm going to go ahead and hit replay. That second swing, yeah, not much excuse on that one other than I did a lazy swing and I paid for it. It wasn't lined up, wasn't standing right, and it didn't go. But here we go. This is shot that I like to use here. I'm sure that you could probably go around, but I never even tried. And I said I don't like only doing one per video here, but really there's not many shots here. When you're trying to just get par or less, there are... Oh, shoot, hit the ball, Chris. There are other hole-in-one lines. There's a backward shot that I know because of stroke, but really just get down the pace. It doesn't take a super fast shot to get over here. Again, it's a full swing. You swing, but don't swing quickly. You'll get a nice smooth shot over, and it will stay for a decent 2-shot. All right, guys. All right. There we go. It's finding that line and making a nice full swing through. You need some power on this to stay. Full swing through. All right. There are other options here. You can purposely lay up over there. If you're going to lay up, I prefer going over to this side. And the reason why I like laying up over here is because I actually even wouldn't mind being a little more to that side. But now I'm going to aim at that rock over there that's kind of facing me. Because you can get it up in there and it will trap your ball for your next shot. So there is a layup option here. This will give you a possible 3. But even if you're going to use the layup option, come in and check it out. Because these aren't the easiest things to do on this hole. You want to know what you can do if you do have the layup, because shooting through here can be pretty risky if you don't hit the right pace. That's why I like shooting into those rocks. But definitely come in and check it out. All right. There we go. It's finding that line and making a nice full swing through. You need some power on this to stay. Full swing through. All right. There are other options here. You can purposely lay up over there. If if you're going to lay up, I prefer going over to this side. And the reason why I like laying up over here is because I actually even wouldn't mind being a little more to that side. But now I'm going to aim at that rock over there that's kind of facing me. Because you can get it up in there and it will trap your ball for your next shot. So there is a layup option here. This will give you a possible 3, but even if you're going to use the layup option, come in and check it out, because these aren't the easiest things to do on this hole. You want to know what you can do if you do have the layup, because shooting through here can be pretty risky if you don't hit the right pace. That's why I like shooting into those rocks. But definitely come in and check it out. All right, guys. So this hole is hole 12, par 4. This is one of the biggest round records in the game, right before the next round record, which is the next hole. So if you look at this this line right here, you'll see that my ball went over by it. And that's the line that I use. I don't really line up to that rock. I line up to that line. Now, do I miss this shot? Well, of course, because we're in the dark and I'm hitting at a line. And I'm quite capable of missing. And that's going to be too soft. That shot right there is one of the biggest ways to ruin your round. Not hitting the rock and going in right, but hitting it too soft or hitting it too far to the right. It's important that you're over that rock, but it's also important that you have pace on the ball. You can't smash it, it will stay. But you can't hit it super light either, or you're going to keep rolling it, especially if you're right side of that line. And I keep hitting to the right. Oh my word. Well, let's play out the layup shots that I accidentally keep hitting. Now, when I'm laying this up, my goal is to go over to those. But your goal also has to be to not hit that left rock. You do have to watch out for that left rock. Now from here, you can go straight at the hole as well, but like I said, this is definitely a dangerous hole. It takes out a lot of stroke count. You have to watch for the water. This is an easy to stroke out hole. All right, guys. So now we're at the next round killer, hole 13. As I said in the game walkthrough, I go left. I know it's a smaller target, but I find both of them that can be quite difficult. Oh, well, there we go. I'm usually pretty decent at hitting the bottom of that, but sometimes it doesn't matter. Sometimes you hit that and you're out anyways. So I do go for that one, but there is the option of going for that big one. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to hit replay. This is really a pace shot, and there's not a lot of shots in the game that I've come in and sat here and shot over and over and over and over and over again, trying to dial in the pace and have it memorized. This is one of those holes that is worth doing that. You can hit over on that left side. Stay! Alright, let's go ahead and hit replay. So you can hit over on that left side and still get over by this hole. But it's hitting sand, and it can be risky too, right? I mean, I've missed this giant ass thing over here. Oh, we're gonna overhit it. Wasn't trying to. And what's that one gonna do? And sometimes you don't get a line too. It can, especially if you hit more to the right side, you can end up over here without a line. There's not a whole lot of options here. It's either doing one of those two shots, so come in and see which one that you can get familiar with and be able to do the pace with the most and go with that. All right, guys. I hit too far to the left. Yep. I'm safe, but I hit too far to the left. I don't have a close line. So I'm going to go ahead and hit replay and show you guys what I did. I was more left than I wanted to be. I like hitting more to the right side, but not catching the sand on the right. And that's why I like the right side. There we go. Let's show this one nice and close, right, guys? Yeah. You want to just miss this here. It's coming through. That one did kind of hit it just a little bit. You don't want to come up on it because it will change your ball where it's hitting. But the right side of this right here, that gives you that nice throw right at the whole area. So it's nice and the way it's angled. Oh yeah, it looks pretty when it goes up over, doesn't it? A lot of times I end up over here. But there you go. So that gives you a nice close shot at the hole. But if you go a little more left on it, you're still safe. It's just a little bit longer of a putt. I always love a nice easy cue though. Now another shot that you'll see used here, and this isn't a shot that I really do that much. Actually, I haven't done it in a really long time because I got that other one down. I'm safe down there. I don't really like the line that I got, but I don't got one. But it's safe, and I hit that, I think, kind of hard. I know that there's different spots that some people come in over here, right? So some people come in a little bit more left or a little bit more right, and depending on their pace, and they swear by them. I'm not 100% comfortable with this shot because I don't personally like the shot, so I don't use it. But I know it's there, and I know that you can come in left and right on that shot and get different hits. But with any shot, things can go wrong. And this is definitely one that things can go wrong. This is another shot that can be done here. This hole has a lot of options, and that one did kind of go right at the hole. But an important thing to keep in mind when you're learning how to play these courses, right? That the biggest thing that you need to keep in mind is that you want to know what the recovery shots are. So if you mess up on this one, how hard is the recovery? Well, if you mess up in the middle of this thing, the recovery can be a nightmare depending on where you're at. On mine, the recovery isn't too bad. It really depends on what goes wrong. And I've seen horrible, like going to the left, recoveries can be hard too if it comes back in it and gets in a bad spot over here. And sometimes you just end up over there on the other side of those mushrooms away from the hole and don't have a line. But there are plenty of options off the tee here. You don't have to go one way, and there's not one right way. Nope, you cannot hit to the left or to the right as much as I just did on that. You got to come up over this left side. Let's go ahead and hit replay. You got to catch this sand area. That's what's giving you the lift for that, right? So if you do decide to go for this one, make sure you come in and make sure that you practice getting out of different places over here, because if you use that shot, at some point you will be in the middle of this and needing to get out, and that could be a problem. And you do need to, when you're trying to get out of here, you need to keep in mind that you could accidentally get into this mushroom over here. And it will keep your ball live on the other end of there, underneath there, and you're totally blocked and have to come back out this way. So that's also something to keep in mind. All right, guys. Here we have a 15. It's a par 4. So you have some to work with. The shot that I like to do. Now and then, that happens. That doesn't normally happen to me. There we go. So this is what it normally looks like. I don't normally end up behind, but now and then I do. I'm not going to tell you my shots don't ever go out, because let me tell you, they can go out. And this is, when I say my shots, I just meant the shots that I use. I do have some that I did, find and come up with. This is definitely not one of them. I was taught this. I don't even remember who it was. We come in groups when new courses are dropped and find shots. So yeah, here we go. So it's coming down through. That's the way I like to go. And we're going to go ahead and I'm going to show you some others. This is a shot that Tricky Dicky uses. It's not one that I really use very much. That's why I went into practice mode and checked it out. I think his actually usually hits that bone there too, but brings it up around and keeps it up in there. And that's an option. You're coming in by this big one right here. If you're having trouble with that other shot, a lot of people on the other shot get stuck here. You're just not hitting it hard enough. And sometimes you'll hit this and end up down there. If you end up down there, don't try to put it in the cup from down there. Just get up here. It's just one of those holes where it just takes practice, but eventually you will get through here. If you're trying to save your stroke count, hold on to your trigger, and when it rolls down, go up after the birdie. I mean, this is just, it's one of those holes. It can be a tough hole, but you can do it. All right, guys, we are on 16, and this is another par 3. Now, I go just to the right of that dot by a little bit. This particular shot can hole. I holed it 2 days ago. I had a friend that holed it a little while ago, but this one can hole. I'm gonna go ahead and bring that down. And it's just right at that dot with a bit of pace. Hole 17 is a par 3 here in Journey Hard. The shot that I like to go for, we're going for that dot. We're going to have some speed on our ball. And our ball is going to go down there and misbehave. That is not what that ball's supposed to do. Bad ball, bad ball. It is really misbehaving. Ugh. It's alright. Let's try this again. This normally works. It's possible I didn't hit it hard enough. There we go. That is what it's supposed to look like. Here we go. Gonna go ahead and hit replay again. It's going right down over that dot. It's got some speed on it. It hits there, and it comes right back in front of the hole. Now this shot can sometimes hole. It really depends. But when you start hitting it with that type of speed, things can go wrong. Now there are other shots here if you want to just get clean down. That one gets you on the other side of those often. Now, not all these are going to do this every time, and I'm sure there are plenty of other shots here. But I'm just going to show you these two. One of them is a little more risky, the other one, but this is to just get you down here, right? So we're just looking for that down here, and you got a chance for a 2 if you're here. That one is definitely not landing. How about we do that a little bit better? I gotta go play a league game. I better be able to drop these. Alright, it's technically on this course. Alright, 18. Now on Journey Hard 18, this is a par 4. My goal, this is the shot that I like to do. We're gonna come right up over this. And I want it to land in here once. One bouncer. Sometimes I'm really good at doing that, and other times, well, I lose a record. If you're wondering, I did lose a record here the other day on 18. Oh, did that one hit before it? Oh, it did. Ooh, get in the cup. Alright. Here we go. I'm going to hit replay. Actually, Mulligan coming in here in a few minutes to play a league game on this. And I'm hoping he's in here before I'm done recording, because he's got a shot over here to the right that I would love for you guys to see. Some shots I just can't show you myself. I may not, just not something I do normally. So, why not bring in somebody else that can show you? All right, we're going to do this shot again. That one landed a bit to the left. Was aiming a bit more to the right, but anywhere's in there safe is fine. Oh, that one's going to go left too. And that one's going to be totally fine too. And that one's also coming back towards the cup. So if you can get this comfortable line down and you can get that weight down so that it's landing safe for you right there, it's a great place to go. And I really hope this helps you guys. Of Journey Hard. And where we're aiming is, I want the ball, if I can fly, I want the ball to come through here. And I want it to come up through here and around. And this is a shot that learned from Yukon. He is our all-time boards admin. He created and runs. Oh my god, hit the ball curse. There we go. The first one I was just hitting way too late. Or first two, I should say. But he runs and created our climbers program for our leaderboards. I'm gonna hit that again. Probably should have hit replay so you could see it. That one went a little more to the left than I meant. Yep. Now this isn't a shot that I normally use. But I've seen him use it against us quite a few times. There we go. Gonna go ahead and hit replay and we're gonna follow that ball so you guys can see exactly where it's going. Now if you get the result that I did those first two times, it just means you are not hitting it hard enough because I was running right into it without it getting any lift. And stop that. Let's do this one more time with the replay. Make sure your head's down enough so you're getting the sight of this. One more time. So that ball's coming through. We want it to land just before this. So it gets a nice kick up right over it. So we're landing it in here. One more replay. It's going to land right in here. And it's kicking right up over. Alright guys, that is Journey Hard's tutorial hole by hole, all done. Good luck out there guys, I really hope this helps. Princess Bank Shot out.